The rookie OMax Prosper has been just straight up killing it in the G League as of late, which has got him a little bit of attention, especially from Kyrie Irving, who's had a lot to say about the young rookie, as well as Kyrie Irving just getting some love and just well-earned deserve from the national media for once. As well as we do have an injury update ahead of tomorrow's game against the Boston Celtics. We'll get into that in a little bit, but how's it going, guys? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news and everything Mavericks related. And as always, 87.2% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed. If you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying all the news, the post-game analysis, make sure you hit subscribe. We're on the road to 5K subs. We have about 4,400 subscribers at the time of this recording. When we reach 5K subs, we'll be going live for every Mavericks game. I'll be giving you my play-by-play. I'll be giving you my live commentary, my live reactions. Especially come playoff time, in case there's anybody out there who can't really watch the games, I'll go live and I'll kind of paint that picture for you. But let's go into the video, man. The first thing we want to talk about is that man, OMax. He is breaking out in the G League. He's doing phenomenal. And if you remember, we drafted him in this most recent draft. He's a 6'7" power forward. His stats in the NBA, not really that great. Nothing to look at. He's been averaging about 8 minutes a game, played about 30 games, but he's been spending a lot of time in the G League, where he's just been killing it right now. You can look at his stats on the screen right here. Averaging about 32 minutes a game. He's played about 13 games with our G League. He's averaging 17 points, shooting 51% from the floor, shooting 40% from three, which is not bad at all, on almost 5 attempts. That's actually really good. He's shooting 83% from the free throw line, averaging 8 rebounds, 1.7 assists, half a steal, and half a block a game. That's really good. And a lot of people think, oh, it's the G League. You know, that's completely different from the NBA, and I get it. And I think he's going to be like kind of a long-term project. You know, we keep him in the G League, get his reps up, and maybe next year we'll start to see a little bit of OMax running with the big guys, come into the big boys club and actually provide us with that just amazing defense and scoring. And I've been to a few Legends games. I've out here in Dallas. I've been able to see OMax and the rest of those guys on the Legends team. OMax looks pretty good. And you can roast me in the comments if you want, but I think long-term for this Dallas Mavericks team, if we keep him and we develop him well, do right by him, he could be another Dorian Finney-Smith for us, maybe even better than what Dorian Finney-Smith was. Dorian is one of my favorite Mavericks players as of recently. You know, when he got traded, it was sad, but we got Kyrie, so I get it. But Dorian was just a great defender for us, a wonderful wing defender who could also put the ball in the bucket. He could score as well. And OMax might just be that Dorian Finney-Smith-esque type player for us down the road. Who knows? But, I mean, I've been taking notice, but I'm not the only one that's been taking notice, because Kyrie Irving had a lot to say. He said, I just stepped in at the beginning of the season, really tapped into OMax, and knew he's going to be a special player one day. Kyrie on OMax. And then OMax saying he's a magician of basketball, talking about Kyrie. You know, that's a great read on Kyrie and OMax relationship. Kyrie's impact is invaluable to the Mavs. I think that's phenomenal, knowing that Kyrie just, you know, he took that rookie under his wing, knowing that he's new to the organization. That's a rookie, you know, why not? He sees the potential. He sees who OMax could be for this team. Like I said, a Dorian Finney-Smith-esque player, maybe, possibly, maybe even more, maybe just his own person that you can't really compare him to. The possibilities are endless with this guy. He has a very high ceiling, a high motor. Like I said, he plays really good defense, and he can score. He can shoot the ball very well. I would love to see him get more run with the Mavericks, but it's, you know, we're on the second half of the season, trying to make a push for a good playoff spot. We're in the 7th seed right now, so I don't really see OMax getting any real minutes outside of garbage time to just clean it up. But next season, for sure, I want to see a little bit more OMax, a little bit more Jaden Hardy too. But this is about OMax Prosper and just how great he's been playing. And we got some more stats right here. Now, like I said, his regular season stats, nothing really to look at, nothing surprising, nothing great. But his per 36 for this year alone, like I said, 32 games. For his per 36, he's averaging 11 points, 2 assists, 8 rebounds, shooting about 23% from three, not that great. Shooting about 34% from the floor, again, not that great. I get it. The per 36 is kind of just like what you could be if you got more minutes, and the shooting splits aren't really going to show a whole lot, but that's not bad for a rookie who has spent the majority of the season in the G League. He's played more games in the NBA than the G League, but the majority of his minutes played is in the G League. He's only averaging about 8 minutes a game in the NBA, while he's averaging a good bit of minutes in the G League. So I think OMax Prosper can definitely be just maybe a missing piece. Maybe it's a missing piece, because I know that the window for this Mavericks team to win is right now, but we do have some guys that are getting older. You know, Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to get another year older. Maxi Kleber is definitely going to get another year older. He's got the whole foot thing that he's got going on. So maybe in the next 2-3 years, if he, you know, just improves and develops into the player that we need him to be, he could easily replace 1 or 2 of those guys who, you know, Maxi, you're getting old. We gonna put you on the end of the bench with Dwight Powell. OMax, slide right on in. You know, it's all up to Jason Kidd and how he wants to coach. I get it. But I feel like I haven't talked enough about the rookies and the young guys on this team aside from Derrick Lively. So I want to just highlight OMax and just let it be known, put it on notice that he is a guy that has a future with this Dallas Mavericks team. And not only do I see it, but Kyrie Irving sees it as well. And we also have another quote from OMax, which I really do like. When Prosper practices with the Mavericks, he relishes the opportunity to guard superstar teammate Luka Doncic, who led the NBA with 34.3 points per game before Wednesday's night triple-double. I tell you, 75% of the time, I'm guarding him. I want the matchup, and the coaches know I want that matchup, said Prosper, who also has a locker right next to Doncic. I will become an elite defender in this league. I know I will. And the best way to do that is to guard arguably the best scorer in the NBA. It's not easy, but that's the challenge I want. And that right there, that's what you want out of your rookie. That's what you want out of these young guys who come into the league at a very young age, who you might think has an ego. You know, he played a lot of high school, college ball, maybe AAU, and he just knows that he's great. You know, he's feeling himself. But to have a young guy who's humble, who's hungry, who wants it bad, especially on the defensive end, that's phenomenal. I mean, we got great defenders in PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and Derrick Lively, and Kyrie's a good defender as well, but Luka's also a great defender as well, or great defender this year as well. But to know that the young rook OMax, who really isn't playing that many quality minutes in the NBA, he's like, nah, I want this. I'm guarding Luka. I don't care if he's the league's best scorer. I don't care if he's an MVP caliber player. I want to guard him. I love to see it. It gives me hope for the future. It makes me just happy to know that down the road, we got some young guys that are hungry and ready to go. I think Jaden Hardy, I think Derrick Lively and OMax, that's our young guys for the future down the road. Of course with Gafford, of course with PJ Washington as well. We got a good young squad. If it ain't this year, then next year. If it ain't this year, then next year. That's how I'm feeling with this Dallas Mavericks team. I love it. I love what I'm seeing, and it's great. And we also got here, like I said in the intro, Kyrie's getting a little bit of love from the media. Stephen A. Smith about Mavs. The way he spoke was like a kid being force-fed broccoli. He said, I believe in Luka Doncic, and I believe in Kyrie Irving. With Luka, because New York accent, with Luka averaging over 34 points and dang near a triple-double, we've been talking about Luka as we should. But I would like to remind the world, you have Kyrie averaging 27 points. And a lot of people, you may feel how you want to feel about Stephen A. Smith, but he is absolutely right about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has been just phenomenal. He has been instrumental. He has been the catalyst for this Dallas Mavericks team. We saw what the Mavericks looked like the past few seasons when it really was just Luka Doncic. Yeah, we had Kristaps Porzingis, but when it was really just Luka as our only real star power, as just that go-to guy, he had to put the team on his back. He had to shoulder that burden. But knowing now that we have someone like Kyrie Irving who's just playing phenomenal and is consistent night after night, and I got the proof right here. This man tweeted just legit not a single bad game from Kyrie since his return. Since he came back from injury, from the bottom up, he went 23 points, 36. The 16-point game against New York was his lowest scoring because after that, 25, 26, 34 points, 29 points, 29, 30, 29. Kyrie has been killing it. He has been extremely efficient. He's also been rebounding, getting the assists. He's passing the ball. He's getting the ball to the guys. He's helping the team win games. And again, MVP caliber numbers from Kyrie, and he's not even in the conversation. He's doing this, and some people may say Kyrie's not a number two, and I agree. Again, we got the Justice League. We got Luka as Superman. We got Kyrie as Batman. We got the Justice League going on. I got to think of names for the rest of the guys, but we got the Justice League. So it's like when arguably Kyrie isn't the number one. You can argue he's not a real number one. He is our 1B to our 1A. But to know that we got two guys putting up MVP caliber type numbers, it makes you feel good about this team's future, or at least for the next 4 or 5 seasons while we still have these guys in their prime, arguably. It feels good, and it also feels good to know that the media is finally giving this team and these players the credit that they properly deserve. But that's not all we're going to talk about today, guys. We have an injury report. Not too sure about the game Friday against the Boston Celtics, because that's a tough team. They're arguably the best team in the East, and it would take 100% of our team to just come through and get that dub. But we have an injury report ahead of tomorrow's game. Luka Doncic is questionable. He suffered a left ankle sprain yesterday against the Toronto Raptors, but he still played through. And, of course, still has that broken nose. Maxi Kleber will be available. Derrick Lively will be available. A.J. Lawson's out in the G League. So is Brandon Williams and Greg Brown. All three of those guys are out in the G League. And I'm a bit worried because it's like we want to see if we can go toe-to-toe against the Celtics full power. We got Dante Exum back finally. He's going to definitely be a big help with that second unit. So we want to know, with the fully healthy Mavericks team, how do we stand against the best teams in the league? But if Luka Doncic has an ankle sprain and if it's that serious where he can't play, I don't want to risk it. Take the night off. ice that bad boy. Do whatever you need to do because we still have a lot more games left for the season, and with the playoffs coming up, you don't want to risk anything. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure you comment, subscribe, like, all that stuff. We're on the road to 5K subs, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out the link in the description below. We have a Discord. Where I'm always in there talking my schmack about the Mavericks to all the other fan bases. So if you want to come in there, talk basketball, talk Mavericks, talk anything, you can reach me out in the Discord. But until next time, y'all take care. Peace.